Hi, welcome to the tutorial about the puff flower. You will need a crochet hook around 6 millimeters and the yarn, a blend of cotton and acrylic. So we're going to start with the magic ring. Take your yarn, I use it in a double. So take the hook, pull it under the yarn, and now into the ring, pull the yarn, and you're gonna have a loop ready for a single crochet. Now take the yarn and pull it through the 2 loops. So tighten it a little bit to make it comfortable to hold. And now put the hook into the ring, pull the yarn, and make a single crochet. Put the hook into the ring, pull the yarn, and pull through the 2 loops. And repeat this again. Hook into the ring, pick up the yarn, and pull it through the 2 loops. And from the above you should see stitches starting to be created. So we have 3 here, and we continue the hook into the ring, pick up the yarn, and pull through the 2 loops. Adjust the ring to make it more comfortable, and continue like that to create 12 single crochet stitches. And so finally, now when you have already 12 stitches ready, you need to close the magic ring by simply pulling the string and tighten the core. And to close the magic ring, you need to find the first stitch and you pull the hook into the first stitch of the magic ring, pick up the yarn, and closing it up with the slip stitch. Then adjust it, make it a little bit tighter from the back of the circle, pull it as well, and we have a beautiful complete core of the flower. So now it's time to start with petals. You can use different color or you can use the same, and we chain 3 for our first petal. Then yarn over, and you will need to find the first stitch of the magic ring, and you put your hook inside of it, you put the yarn and pull it up to the max. So now take the yarn and pull it through the 2 loops and repeat. Yarn over, your hook into the same first stitch, pull up the yarn through the 2 loops, yarn over, into the first stitch, pull the yarn, and through the 2 loops. Yarn over, and this time you don't pull it through the first stitch, but you find the second stitch of the magic ring. You put the hook inside of it, pick up the yarn, pull up, pull through the 2 loops, and repeat. Yarn over, into the second loop, pick it up, 2 loops, and now 7 loops are beautifully placed near each other. So now we're going to close our petal, and you will need to pull the yarn through all the 7 loops. chain 3, and insert the hook into the same second stitch of the magic ring. Pull the yarn, and to close your first petal you do the slip stitch and tighten the yarn. So now we are ready with our first petal, and to continue you do 3 chain 3, yarn over, and now you start into the third stitch of the magic ring. Insert the hook, pull up the yarn, pull through the 2 loops, yarn over, insert the hook, and continue like that. And same here. As soon as we have beautiful 7 loops, it's time to close your petal. And now I'm speeding up the process, but basically you need to continue the same way until you have 6 petals for your flower. So we already have our 6 petals, so it's time to close the flower by creating a chain 3 and pulling through the last stitch and closing our flower with a slip stitch. And now you can cut the yarn. And what we're gonna do, we will tighten it a little bit from the petal side as well as from the core side. You can pull the yarn a little bit to just close the ring. And finally you can make a knot behind the flower. I usually make 2 or 3. It depends on what you prefer. But yeah, from my experience 2 should be enough. And as soon as we are finished with tightening the back of the flower, then you can just take scissors and cut the string. Now your flower is ready. Just turn it to the other side and make your petals look a little bit more puffy. And here you go. The little and pretty flower is ready. So now I'm also going to show you how to connect the flowers if you're building something bigger than just one. So I have created 3 flowers more. And I'm also taking a hook that is a little smaller in the size compared to the 6mm one. And I'm taking the residuals of the yarn which was left after cutting so that we can reuse as much as possible and not waste. And what I'm doing next is I'm looking for a small tiny hole in the top of the flower and inserting my hook inside of it, then connecting the second flower, doing the same from the outside, and the third flower. Repeating the same process. And what you're going to do now, you're going to take your yarn and pull it through the tops of the petals. And now when the yarn is there, the last thing to do is to connect it by doing a knot. So it's a matter of preference. I really love to do knots because for the products that I'm producing with flowers, it's usually enough. So you can also do 3 or 2, just to make sure that it's tied together. You can cut it, or alternatively you can also take the ends and just weave them into the flowers like I'm doing right now, for example. And so when you are done, just cut the ends. And here we go. The connection is perfect. And if you're creating something bigger, just continue this process until the desired shape and product is ready. So good luck and looking forward to see your results.